Hi everyone, welcome back. This is the Motorcycle Rescuer Garage. I'm the Motorcycle Rescuer, and that is Sultan. You're just starting your own channel, aren't you?
Yes, MSB.
MSB? Yeah. Oh, I feel like there'll be hundreds of channels out there called MSB.
Well, there'll be one that has Sultan.
Yeah, alright, well, whatever floats your boat. Sultan's got his small project here. Overall, it's a running, riding bike, but it does need bits and pieces. Sultan's doing better than I am on this bike in regards to MOT requirements. He's just realised there's no rear foot pegs. They are an MOT requirement unless you cover the rear seat. So if you had a seat cowl or something, or you could even take that box off and strap it down there and cover the rear seat. But that is all such a pain. You know, you can buy these rear pegs and bolt them on. It's just literally something we didn't see. And secondly, he's going to be changing the brake pads. I always like to let you guys get on with stuff like that, but I'm here to help. So that's what we do very well here at the Rescuer Garage. We let you can see Sultan's ready with his gloves. I'll give you the tools. I'll let you get on with it, and I'll talk you through the process, and I'll help you out if you feel you've got stuck. The DNA at the moment, nothing much is going on there because I just haven't got the time, but apparently, chucking a carb on this thing, it should fire up. Apparently, it's a rebuilt engine. I will eat my hat. Now, this is the big thing for today, if we get the time. This is the new big bore for the lexmoto. Now, I've had lots of chats with you guys and lots of chats with Jake about it. I am standing by the fact that I can flush the engine enough to get the tiny shards out. Remember, the main big piece that had fallen in, it basically had fallen in one chunk, so I pulled that out by hand. So we're talking little shards, so I'm going to flush the oil before we do first start up once this is all fitted. I am going to reuse that oil. I'm going to drain it and sieve it, and then I'm going to put that oil back in, warm the bike up, flush again at least another 2 or 3 times, and then I think we're going to have a great running big bore 125. Now, I've also spoke to at least one of you, Gary, I think it was you, about the fact that this is a big bore and can technically be illegal. It's a tough one, guys. The legal guidance for 125 at the moment is, I believe it's 13 brake horsepower. Do you know? I believe it's 13. It might even be 15.
125 is a 125 at the end of the day, man.
But that's the point. This is going to be a 150.
A 150 then. Whoever is the rider, like, if they're taking a risk, then
basically, guys, I'm not feeling bad by tuning this 125 up a touch, because it's not going to be the fastest bike in the world anyway, because it was only 8 brake horsepower to start with. It may be 9 or 10 after the big bore, so I'm not too worried. But I'll give Sultan a bit of a hand for now, and then I need to find my barrel, because I need to check that that's the same thing. Euro scooter parts, I think they're called. It took them 2 weeks to send this out, even though I paid Royal Mail 24, which is normally next day. Now, to be fair, it didn't take them 2 weeks, but it did take 2 weeks to get to me, which was a pain. They have assured me it's the right one, even though it doesn't look right to me. It's this bit that bothers me. I don't remember mine having that, but they say that this is the cylinder for my bike. So I'm going to pull mine out now. We're going to compare them up a touch, and if they look close to being the same, then it should be fine. But that, I don't know what that is. Alright guys, here's the bores. So the new kit comes with everything. Piston, rings, new gaskets, the lot. Yes, they look identical except for that there. That bothers me a touch, but I'm hoping the gasket seals this part here so it doesn't cause any issues. I'd be tempted to fill this in, whatever that's for. I'd be tempted to fill that in so that there's no loss of air, but there shouldn't be. You can see that the bore is bigger on this. You see it's bigger there, but everything else is exactly the same. So this should rebuild the engine with no issues at all, and that'll be quite fun, really, won't it? Because I'm quite looking forward to this one. The is that the exhaust out part, that's the same. That comes with new gaskets, that's exactly the same, no issues there. It says 149 there, but that's not a problem. It's so far down the bottom that you'll never see it. And again, I'm not that bothered because it's still a low brake horsepower bike. Sultan, how are we getting on over here?
Well, I've got the nuts off.
Your nuts have come off?
Yeah,
What, are you 23?
finally dropped now, haven't they?
Let's have a look, let's get this lifetime, let's see how bad they are. Oh, they're pretty low. No, hang on. One side's low and one side's not, innit?
So that could mean that...
Go on, what does that mean? I'm curious if you know.
So that means that one side is pulling more greater than the other.
Yeah, and why? What causes that?
Bleeding or stuff like that? Not bleeding.
Not bleeding.
Fluid, or one of the pistons is a bit...
It can be one of the piston problems if it had two pistons. This is a one piston bike, buddy, look. Because there's no piston on that side. So this is designed to sandwich that side against the back, which is fine, that's normal on this.
So how do I take this off?
Hang on, you ain't answered the question.
What's the question?
The question was,
I feel like I'm
why is it wearing thinner on one side?
Is this question time with like the mastermind geezer?
It's good for you to know.
Okay, alright.
Took me a long time to work all this stuff out.
Alright. And I learned in about a couple of minutes. Is it because
You haven't learned
this part here is pushing against that part there?
I mean, that is how it breaks. Yes, the piston pushes one, but then both pads are wearing at the same rate, aren't they?
I mean, wouldn't it be greater from... so this side would have less force, but the pressure's all going onto the one on the left-hand side.
Do you want me to put you out of your misery?
Yes, please.
You see this thing here that it bolts onto?
Yeah.
That's called a floating carrier.
I remember that. Remember, it's seized up.
It's seized up. You've just answered your own question.
So is this one seized up?
So the idea of the floating carrier is that it moves as the pads wear down so that they always wear evenly, but they do regularly seize up. So at the moment, you should be able to push that in and out, and I bet you can't. Not that, from here. There you go, look, and back out. There you go. So actually, it needs a tiny bit of grease. It's not that bad at all. Sometimes they are fully seized.
We have had experiences.
So you're on good form now, mate, because it all looks kind of easy enough to do.
How do I take this part out without...
I think that's your...
Just pull out.
That's your clip. Don't break it.
Okay.
Are there any... Turn it upside down. Are there any screws in the top? Anything here? No. So these should just fall out. It should be that you... and take off... Pop out this clip. Pop it out towards you.
Do I press it down?
Honestly, I've never done these before, so I am guessing. I think it will just come out towards me, won't it? Might have to get a... let's get a flathead in there. 1 minute.
Oh, I think I got it.
You got it?
I think... Hold on. Wait.
I mean, I don't even know if that is how they come out. I'm just guessing, but it looks like a clip. Right, 1 minute, we'll get a flathead. So guys, weird system this one. Basically, you made space for the little one to pop out, and then you had enough room for the big one to pop out once you push the carrier all the way in. It has to go all the way in. So, get rid of the little pad first. Do you know what? Which pad was really... Oh yeah, it's that one. What are you doing?
Look at the new pad.
Oh, you're showing me. Lovely. Yeah, that's pretty bad, that one, look. Great, don't get any grease on them. So, we need to put the retainer back in. Guys, there will nearly always be some sort of retainer for the first pad. This one's doesn't look like a traditional one, but it does slip in there. All you do is slip that back in. You put in the first little guy down here on the inside. Push it in as far as you go. You slide on the big guy. Making sure that this clip goes back on exactly the same way. So this clip goes on to the slides over here. And then they're back in. We'll show you that in a second though. Okay guys, so yeah, retainer under there is just a slight spring to keep that one intact. This one slides on right at the back. Then you just push them back on and bolt it up. We're not going to waste any more time on that. That's going to work perfectly well. And then you wear them in a touch over the next few days, and they are good brand new pads ready for MOT. We definitely need to find 2 rear pegs though. Maybe we'll use these ones for now. Sultan, that might be our best bet, mate. We'll pop the DNA ones off. I'll leave that to you, though. So, guys, for Sultan's little project and rear peg issue, we've taken this peg off the DNA. We'll just bolt it on loosely on the back. Not loosely, literally. Right, go on, I got it, go on. Right, I got it. Let go of the bike. Right, I got it. Right, there you go. Sort yourself out.
What?
Now sort it out.
I'm trying to, but the thing you don't fit.
What? It's a 15, isn't it?
No, it fits, but it doesn't go. There's a cable. I think the clutch cable or something's in the way. I don't want to touch.
Try.
You got a spanner.
No, you won't. You can't undo that. It's not the clutch cable. That is the two-stroke pump. Show me that don't go in. There's plenty of room. Yeah, work it out, mate. Come on. I swear you're nowhere near. You can always try a 15.
Spanner.
Yeah.
There we go. Using the brain.
Wow.
Like here off.
Yeah, more so. Right. Of course it's starting to rain. Why wouldn't it? Why wouldn't it start to rain on the day that we need to build an engine? Let's get your project out of the way today, and then I'll probably pull the lexmoto in here and just start gently working on it.
Does it have to go in a specific way? Or?
Nah, it's fine. Just nip it up there, mate. That's it. One of the kids at my work said to me the other day, "Stop calling everyone mate." And I was like, well, you know, I don't want to have to remember all your names. Joking, I've worked with him for a while.
No, we had,
it's kind of a bad habit. I call my brother mate all the time. Instead of Harry, I say, all right, mate.
No, that's just being British, man. Like, you got American.
That is not British. What's wrong with you? You're on camera. You always go down the ethnic route.
Yeah, because I'm an ethnic person.
Yeah, but it's not a British thing.
Yeah, and an Australian thing.
Oh God, you've just upset two nations in one sentence.
I don't know. I don't know if Swedes say mate as well. I know Canadians say buddy a lot.
Buddy.
Yeah.
Australians say buddy and all.
Down. What is it? A land down under. Alright, let's get this done. We need to get the MOT done.
I don't even feel the need to edit the words. I feel the need to edit the laugh. Psychotic laugh.
God.
You look
good
at that action, mate.
Years of training.
Years of training.
Years.
Right hander.
Let's
look at that.
Shit up.
Look at that. Who's daddy?
Oh, look at shit.
You can go on X Factor with a note that you just hit. Now I hate to.
It's the wrong way around. Yeah, that's what happens when you switch hands.
I hate to, let you know, mate, but it is literally upside down, Numpty.
Let's see if we do this. Should we give it a clean or anything?
Nah, I've never seen someone struggle so much with one bolt. That's it. Right, now, come on, nip it up. Yeah, is that the right way? Yeah.
It's the right way. I'm trying to get more higher so you have more leverage.
No, just nip it up. Don't
Just nip up.
Yeah. Sorry, guys. Sultan has asked me to film this. What are we filming?
Okay, on that part, I done it the wrong way around.
Is that trapped?
That's trapped there.
Shut up.
I was using my right arm, so...
Is that trapped?
Yeah, look.
What's wrong with you?
I think it's just
one job.
The exhilaration and excitement of going to the MOT. Bear in mind,
we're not going to the MOT at this rate.
We have insured this. Ride safe and legal. You're allowed to ride without an MOT if you're driving to your MOT. Remember to stay...
I mean, no one asked, but yes.
Remember to ride safe and legal.
Oh, God. I mean, who's challenging that right now?
I don't know, maybe me.
You in your head.
Yeah, you never know.
It is a fair point. I think people do think we jump on bikes and ride them silly. We actually waste quite a lot of money on swapping insurance. I always tend to have a insurance set up that I swap a lot, Sultan. So it always costs me normally 60 quid to swap. Because my insurance, they're all roughly the same price, but you pay a 60 quid fee. So I do that quite a lot. I think they're good. Right. Funny enough, do you know what I didn't think about earlier? If it didn't need rear pegs, you would have been on the back of the bike with no pegs. Because we're going together, you know that, right?
I'm from Bangladesh, man. We have like 5 different people on one bike with no pegs, man. This is just no.
I'm really sorry to anyone out there from Bangladesh if that is insulting in any way, shape or form. If you have any complaints, please go to Sultans. What's your page called? MSB. I don't like that name, by the way.
It's my name.
It's boring and it's boring and it doesn't mean anything. You've gone. Hang on. You've gone from one extreme to the other. Didn't you originally do
Moto Sultan?
Moto Sultan?
Because you said if it's motor, then it's just going to be expected all of just motorbikes.
No, I just said that it would be people would expect a lot from you if you went Moto Sultan and then did one project a year.
Well, I don't do
but you could do some blogging and stuff like that.
Yeah, because also I want to add some aspects of the carpentry side, show people how to fix.
So you've gone from one extreme to the other. You've gone from Moto Sultan, which is kind of, I think people would expect more, to STI, STD. What was it?
You see, I'm not that much
well, I guess you can work on that. Right, we are going to be warming this bike up, chucking our helmets on, making sure we're warm, and going to MOT.
Yeah, put some petrol in it maybe. You think there's enough petrol in this?
How do I know? I don't know.
It's about half a tank worth.
Plenty.
Plenty.
Alright guys, let's do this.
Hi.
So guys, you always feel like you need to introduce. You don't need to introduce. We're waiting for Sultan's MOT. It should be fine. Bedhead. We're going to get online and look for your next project. We're pretty confident your bike will sell this weekend. We're going to look for his next project. He's not going to jump the gun and go said or something stupid. He's going to try and stick Chinese and cheap.
I don't know, I saw a couple suckers and said, on Facebook for about 600 quid.
No, we're not interested.
We're going to stick to 125 on Chinese.
Let's get on to Gumtree, let's see what we find.
I'm on Facebook Marketplace.
Alright, cool, Marketplace. I'll get on Gumtree and we'll see what we find. So guys, got a bike there, Sultan's bike. No advisories, nice pass. A couple of things we noticed on the ride. There's a rattle that is so annoying. We have to find it. I think it's the mudguard. So I think the bolts. Actually, yeah, they're only hand tight here, mate. So we need to nip up the bolts under here. In fact, that made a difference straight away. Look. There you go. So we're going to check the bolts on there. The exhaust here. We knew that these bolts were a bit funny, but nothing, major. I am a bit concerned about taking them off in case they're rounded or something. But we're going to let it cool down, get some WD, and just nip that up. Fine. He said obviously it's not unsafe, but he said it just don't look great. So put a proper bolt in and nip it up. And just for me, just for riding comfort, the gear lever is a touch high for me, so I have to lift my whole leg to engage it, and it's a bit annoying that. So normally you just adjust here or here, and we want to lower it basically, so we'll just lower it a touch, and then or you can take it off the spline and move it, but that's what they're for, the adjustments. Just lower it a touch so that it's easier to do that, to change gear, that's all. But otherwise it rode very well. It loves hitting red line, it loves going up the older rev meter, and it's got nice new front brake pads, so someone's going to get a great running bike with a year's MOT with no advisories on it, so that's great news, isn't it?
Very great news.
Very good news. So Sultan's just going to start looking at them little bits we were talking about. What?
I realised something.
What?
You're the motorcycle rescuer.
Yeah.
I'm the motorcycle surgeon.
Maybe that's your name. No, motorcycle nurse. There's your name right there.
There's nothing wrong with being a nurse. You should take pride in being a nurse. Yeah,
no, but a nurse is not a doctor.
I mean, it kind of is. Yeah, it could be the
motorcycle nurse. I reckon that's a brilliant name. Because you're not a doctor, are you? I mean, you're barely a nurse, if we're being honest.
You get those online degrees that mean something.
You're more like a motorcycle cleaner, really, aren't you?
I mean, on this project, it's actually...
Although this year, cleaners are the real heroes, I think, because of the COVID stuff. They're the safest people around, aren't they? They're saving everyone. What were you saying?
I mean, with this bike, it wasn't really... I mean, I think we haven't actually touched on what we actually need to do with this. So when I bought this bike, we only bought it for about 300 quid, £50 with the actual...
350 delivered. Yeah.
And £5.99 in brake pads. So altogether, this cost about 350.
No, plus the MOT.
And the MOT, so how much was the MOT?
30 quid.
So it's just under 400 quid altogether.
Yeah, so it owes you 390.
390, around that area. So 390 altogether, and it's a perfect running bike.
It's a brilliant running bike, yeah. And we realised that the mileage is KM, look. So it's not 5,000 miles. It's actually what 3,000 miles.
611 miles.
What? No. That's how many it's done since.
Oh, it's last MOT.
Yeah, that's the jump.
Right, yeah.
That's the mileage there. Look, 5. km, yeah, km. So it's about 3,000 miles. It's done nothing. It's barely run in. Cool. You get on with your little bits. So don't touch the exhaust yet, because let it cool down and stuff. I'll help you with that. Have a look at the. Just nip up the bolts under there. They're probably 10s or 12s. It was this bottom left one that was a bit loose. Just nip them up, and you're not going to know how to adjust the gear change lever. It's not a huge issue. I hate having to lift my whole leg just to change the gear. It's actually, look, just for your so you know, Sultan, that's the adjuster. So all you want to do is move it down the touch. So you loosen up that and you turn the middle bit.
So it's like
and then if this goes, you want it to go down a touch, but not much. We're talking a millimetre or 2. All right, and then give it a bit of a wipe. But if I was you,
let's get your foot pace.
If I was you, I'd go straight onto the pictures and get the advert up. That's the key now. You've got a road legal bike and other projects in mind. And I've got a engine rebuild and a cigarette burning my cover. That's nice. Look at that. Lovely. Nice to know people care. Right. I haven't got much time to work on the old Lex, but I am going to start it.